At the height of New York's Gilded Age, Carolyn Astor reigned as the unrivaled queen of the social scene. Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to This House. Today we are exploring Mrs. Astor's lavish mansion in Manhattan. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. Following the death of real estate tycoon William Backhouse Astor Jr., his widow Carolyn Astor built her dream house along Fifth Avenue in Manhattan's Upper East Side neighborhood. The house would become the central focus of New York's high society. It was constructed in 1894 and would come to rival the home of Cornelius Vanderbilt II just down the street. The design of the home was reminiscent of a duplex on a massive scale. Carolyn would live in the northern half of the mansion, while her son John Jacob Astor IV would live in his southern half of the mansion. Carolyn hired Richard Morris Hunt to design her lavish family home. Hunt, like with many of his other notable designs, chose to create the house in the French Renaissance architectural style to be reminiscent of a French chateau. Entering the home, you would have been greeted by a large dome vestibule. Branching off from the vestibule was a grand hall adorned with the bust of Carolyn's ancestors. From the grand hall, you could enter the Great Hall clad in marble and heavily ornamented and boasting a grand floating staircase, its design wrapping steps around the master newel post. The walls were decorated with exquisite paintings, and sculptural reliefs seemed to protrude from the walls in intervals. If you were visiting this house as a guest, you would have been welcomed by a servant and brought through the Great Hall to the receiving room, passing by all of this grandeur along the way. As you sat on some of the finest furniture you had ever seen, looking up was a portrait of Carolyn. She would walk in the room and stand beneath it to welcome you to her home. Walking with her into the Great Hall, you would then arrive at the entrance to the ballroom. In Carolyn's previous home, her ballroom had gained a reputation in New York for coining the term the 400. The 400 was an official list of New York's high society members during the Gilded Age. It was created by Carolyn Astor's close friend, Ward McAllister, to describe the only 400 people in fashionable New York society. It was a list of elitists who felt at ease in the ballroom. Anyone who was not on the list was considered to be out of fashion and at risk of making the 400 feel uncomfortable in a ballroom setting. Even the Vanderbilt family was snubbed from the social ranks because they were considered to be new money. Carolyn did not acknowledge the family and acted as the gatekeeper for New York's most prominent families. It has long been rumored that this all changed when Alva Vanderbilt hosted a grand costume ball and rescinded Carolyn's invitation because she had never called on the Vanderbilt family. Not wanting to feel like an outcast, it is said that Carolyn changed her mind to accept the Vanderbilts as New York elites. But all of this was now in the past, at least in some ways. New York's population was booming, and new money was rivaling old money. Carolyn's new ballroom could now comfortably entertain 1,200 guests. With ceilings soaring 4 stories above and spanning the width of the home, the ballroom was the largest of the rooms in the mansion. The walls were covered in satin and decorated with Carolyn's art collection. The parquet floors were covered by oriental rugs, which had 16 Persian rugs overlapping them. At the far end of the ballroom was a large marble fireplace with its chimneypiece extending 4 stories up to the ceiling. At its base were men carved from marble, holding an intricately painted panel depicting a gala at the Palace of Versailles. At the opposite end of the ballroom was a minstrel gallery, with screens to separate the musicians from the sight of the guests. If you were lucky enough to see the rest of the house, you would have exited the ballroom, going back into the Great Hall, and found the drawing room furnished with rugs woven from feathers, oriental carpets, and gilt-framed mirrors spanning the walls. Continuing further down the Great Hall would bring you to the dining room, a spectacular display of opulence, which held a large statue of Venus that had previously decorated her former dining room. Going back into the Great Hall and ascending the stairs would take you to Carolyn's second-floor suite, complete with her bedroom, full bathroom, and closets. There was also a dressing room and a domed boudoir in this private space. The remaining floors of the house contained guest suites and servants' quarters. Carolyn would live out the rest of her life in her side of the mansion until dying of natural causes in 1908. Her son, John Jacob Astor, would perish a few years later while he was aboard the Titanic. This left both sides of the mansion empty and abandoned. Benjamin Winter Sr., a real estate developer, purchased the mansion and later had it demolished in 1926. Today, it is the site of the Congressional Emmanuel of New York. Thank you all for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know which part of this house was your favorite down below in the comments. Show your support by grabbing a This House logo branded hat today from our new merch shop. As always, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our This House supporters whose names you can see on screen right now. If you would like to see your name on the screen, please consider joining our membership program. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time on This House.